happen for that. Even if we feel that something is happening in a difficult manner, let us believe that it is for something good, and ultimately we will be also able to deal it positively. Thank you.
Thank you, TM Shruti, for the wonderful words and wishing you all the best for your role. Next, we have the finance manager of Alshaya. He's our mentor and guide and always there as support for any of the BTCNs. Let me now welcome DTM Pramukh Bose as a pronunciation master for today's meeting. DTM Pramukh Bose.
Good evening, Toastmasters. A special good evening to the TM Modi, TM Susan Abra. So today, as the pronunciation master, my role is to watch out for pronunciation errors, if anything, and try to correct those errors. I will submit my report during the evaluation session. Regarding the theme of the meeting, I believe that positivity is an attitude. We can develop that attitude by practicing, believing in ourselves as well as believing others' goodness. If we can develop this attitude, surely we can be more positive and view life with an optimistic eye. Over to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, DTM Pramukh Bose, for the wonderful words. As the vote counter and technical host, we have our Vice President Education and our future President, TM Kondal Reddy. Let me welcome TM Kondal Reddy and thank you for your role and support. Let me now welcome and would like to ask the Division Director, DTM Xavier Yeshudas, to speak a few words on today's theme of the day. DTM.
Muted. I think you're muted.
Yeah, I'm muted. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for your wonderful introduction, Toastmaster of the Day. I would like to thank you very much for giving this opportunity from the division and district. We all are with you for this wonderful event to be hosted. With me, the attitude is a magnet as the theme which goes. And always I believe excellence is a lifelong journey. So every Toastmaster, every person is excelling throughout their life. So excellence is my attitude. Over to you. Back to you.
Thank you, DTM Xavier. Thank you. Yes, we are all at Toastmasters, excelling ourselves and practicing to be the best and spreading positivity in our own way. Let us now start with the prepared speeches session. As the first speaker, we have TM Jomi John Stephen. TM Jomi John Stephen, he's an accounts professional and is the current Vice President Public Relations. A very dedicated Toastmasters. I wish TM Jomi all the best in his speech. To evaluate his speech, we have TM Suguna, yet another person who challenges the challenges in her life. She is truly a motivator, inspiration to all of us, and I wish her all the best. Over to you, Suguna.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Susan Abraham, for your warm words. Selfless love and being happy for everyone's growth and development will always create a positive atmosphere. I believe I do, as we, the Bhavanites, all we do. Eudaimonia requires not only the positive attitude, but also selfless love. With this, I would say a warm good evening to everyone. My target speaker, Jomi John Stephen, is embarking on Level 4 Project 1 in his motivational strategies. His speech title is My my bucket list. My bucket list, Toastmaster Tommy John Stephen. All the best.
Can I start? Yeah.
Yes, please.
Regarding my attitude, regarding the theme of the day, attitude. Well, the attitude, what I personally would like to develop before I start my speech, I'd like to state what that is, that sometimes I feel that we are all selfish, or sometimes in majority, at least in today's time, we more or less look at ourselves. What I would like to develop is at least somebody who comes and meets me, at least whenever I meet somebody going to their office or in my workplace or in my evening walk or something, if somebody is happy or comes across, I mean, that's Jomi. It's good. It's a great feeling inside. Somebody comes and meets. If I can give a sense of positivity, if he takes a sense of positivity away when after meeting from me, a smile, if I can bring across a smile on his face. So that I believe I want to cultivate. I've seen some people having it. If I could, sometimes I feel, yes, if I could have it, yes. But then, of course, secondly, and most important thing is a faith in God, and plus a sense of gratitude. That's it regarding the theme of the meeting. So timer, are we set? I'll just start with that. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds by your sails, explore, dream, discover. The words by Mark Twain. A very good evening to all my fellow Toastmasters. How many of you have heard the term bucket list? What is a bucket list? How many of you have one? One of the definitions I came across in the internet is a number of experiences or achievements that a person hopes to have or accomplish during their lifetime. I'll tell you one such experience of mine which I managed to accomplish from my bucket list. I always had this interest in cooking from a very young age. I used to assist my mother while cooking at home just to learn the art. You know, that's the ideal place to start learning. As I had a fair knowledge of what goes into a typical Indian cuisine, or for that matter, South Asian cuisine. Now to take a step bit further, I would be fascinated by the same cooking done in restaurants or other cuisines other than the Indian cuisine. As a result, I had this inner wish that I want to work in a good restaurant and know what exactly happens behind that staff-only door. This wish from my bucket list was fulfilled when I got the chance to work in a restaurant in Kuwait for a period of 1.5 years. I came newly to Kuwait on this restaurant visa, where I had to work for 1 year before the law states that I can change my job. To start with, it was a dream come true. I was recruited as a cashier cum accountant in this restaurant. The restaurant was owned by one of our family friends. The staff was recruited from different parts of India and brought to Kuwait. All fresh, but highly motivated and ready for the challenges ahead. Working there opened me to a plethora of things, which I saw firsthand. Initially, standing behind the cash counter was sort of an intimidating experience. Even though I was a cashier cum accountant, I had to have a look at virtually every aspect in the working of the restaurant. In the service sector, I saw and practically worked on how the cutleries were arranged and the behind the scenes, the different types of spoons, forks, knives, etc., the different types of dinner plates, the quarter plate, the side plate, the folding of the napkins, the cleaning of the plates used to be done by the cleaner in the kitchen, but the wiping was used to be done by the service team. After the wiping, the supervisor would come, take up the glass, look it in the shade of the light, and you know what he used to check? The fingerprints. You shouldn't even have a fingerprint of the glass or the plates. It was that spick and span. On the kitchen part, I saw how the continental Chinese food prepared. How many of you had steaks? The steaks that come out with a big swoosh and smoke from the kitchen. I personally believe that working in the kitchen is also an art. The big swoosh comes from the fact that cold butter, just before the steak comes out, cold butter is put in a hot plate. So the noise comes out plus the smoke comes out. So when you come out, it makes a good presentation. The artistic work on carrots and other vegetables that comes with the raita and other Chinese food is something to watch out for. The sheer hard work. The making of the desserts is again something to watch out for. We all have it in the restaurants, but it is something really to watch out for. How they make it, the art. Moreover, during work, I had this opportunity to interact with a lot of people. Satisfying all the people according to the taste is not easy. Some want their food spicy, some want it less salty, some want the meat done fine. Believe me, even a cup of coffee, you will have so many demands. The French coffee, they don't want the face. You won't believe it, so many demands. We were a fresh team from India, first time in Kuwait, dealing with mainly Arabic people. It was indeed an eye-opening experience, understanding their culture, how they have their food. It has to be seen to experience. The Iranians, Egyptians, Kuwaitis, and other Arabic nationalities who would come to have their food with their families. Even today, when I remember the days I spent in the restaurant, a smile comes across my face. I'll never forget the 1.5 years. What I learned was 1 kilo biryani rice that you get will give you 4 portions of biryani that you buy from outside, approximate slight variations. 1 kilo of chicken can be cut. They used to cut it into 8 to 10 pieces or sometimes 12 pieces. The size of the chicken increases, that numbers increases if it's for tandoori chickens. Patience. I now know why it takes so long for the food to come to the table after ordering it. So much for us grumbling or waiting after giving orders. I promise and request you all, never be angry at the waiter if your food is late. These are things which we cannot see what happens, and not all the time the waiter is responsible for the late food. He is trained from his hotel management days to say that, sir, the food is nearly done and be here shortly. No use spoiling your mood, shouting at him. You know, I can go on and I'll overshoot my 5 to 7 minutes if I continue like this. But in short, I was thrilled to carry out one of my bucket list. The 1.5 years will always remain in my memory. As the saying goes, die with your memories and not with your dreams. It's time. I would encourage all of you to prepare your own bucket list. Better late than never. Motivate yourself. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Make it small but achievable. Life is short. Fill it with your dreams and have no boundaries. Things that scare the daylights out of you. I've heard many of my friends having some crazy bucket list ideas, but it's great. Achieving it is tough. Fight for it. These are things which stand out at the end of our lives. When we think about it, it brings a smile on our faces. Things that scare the daylights out of you, make you pee in your pants, laugh and inspires you, helps you to become a better version of yourself. Keep it close and refer to it as often as possible. Reminder to never forget your dreams. Thank you very much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Susan Weber.
Now we'll give 1 minute for feedback. Please give your feedback to TM Jomi in the private chat. TM Bijo, please let us know when the 1 minute is over.
1 minute or
Let me now welcome the next speaker of today's prepared speech session. We have another very new member to Bhavan's Toastmasters Club, TM Annie Matthew, who is a HR professional. TM Annie Matthew, can you just share a few words about the theme of the day?
Yes, sure. We often underestimate the power of kindness and the word of gratitude towards the people around us, which can make their day and spread positivity. Therefore, I believe that through these little acts of kindness, we can change people's life. Thank you.
To evaluate TM Annie's speech, we have yet another dedicated Toastmaster, TM Justin John. TM Justin John, please. TM Justin John.
Thank you, Tia Mori. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. About the theme of the day, attitude. Your attitude either make you or break you. We can see many people around us with outstanding potential is losing their position because of negative attitude. So I believe our attitude determines our latitude. That means having a positive attitude will bring you up higher in our life. I would like to attract attitude of gratitude. We should be thankful to the people who are doing good to us. Back to my role. Good evening, Toastmasters and distinguished guests. A special greeting to my target speaker, TM Annie Matthew. She is embarking on her Pathways program, Level 1, Project 2. This project is all about to apply the feedback received from the first speech. Objectives of this project, let me read out from the manual. The purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to demonstrate that she has applied the feedback received from her first speech. Speech title is, Who Am I? Speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. TM Annie Matthew, Who Am I? All the best. Over to you.
Who am I? And who are you? This is a question which I have encountered at multiple instances in my life. And I came to realize that I never had a single answer to that question every time. Dear Toastmasters, if I ask you this question, who are you? What do you think will be your answers? Respected President, distinguished guest, and fellow Toastmasters, a very good evening to one and all. Today, in a Toastmasters meeting, if I ask you, who are you? Your answer will be, I am a Toastmaster or a DTM or a guest. I can say it with no doubts. If I ask you the same question when you are at your workplace, your answer will be related to your profession or job title. For example, I'm an engineer, I'm a doctor, I'm a teacher, I'm a finance manager, etc. If you are at your native place and if someone asks you the same question, your answer will be entirely different, which is, I am the son of so-and-so, or I am the daughter of, or I belongs to this family, etc. But when you are at your child's school, and if somebody asks you, who are you? Your answer will be, I'm the mother of, or I'm the father of so-and-so. Here, when you see the question is same, but the answer completely depends on the situation where you are. The answer to who I am is our identity. For me, the answer to this question is countless things. However, we must make sure that our identity does not come to a point where others question our identity in a negative manner to an extent. For instance, back in Kerala, when I was a guest lecturer of vocational higher secondary school in 2002, I encountered a student in my class who provoked me while I was teaching. And despite being an approachable and friendly teacher, I lost my cool in that moment and I punished him severely. That time, the question he asked still rings in my mind. That is, who do you think you are to punish me? Since then, I've been pondering on this question, who am I? What gives me the right to judge and correct someone else's identity when I myself am lacking? And the question itself makes me ask more questions. Can I ever know who I am? Why do I need to know who I am? Will any answer ever satisfy me? As you all know, our identity is our comprehensive system of memories, experiences, feelings, thoughts, relationships, and values that define who each of us are. We basically split and classify our identities into roles, and we perform these roles in different circumstances. To make things harder on ourselves, we each have multiple identities as a son, daughter, brother, sister, friend, husband, wife, father, mother, etc. How can you separate your true identity from the one given to you by your family and what was shaped by the society? Do you really want to figure out who you are? Yes, it's critical to discover who you are. But when you are firm in your identity, your life is more meaningful, joyful, and purposeful. As you all know, there is a saying, you can judge a person by the company he or she keeps. This is very true. You can judge yourself by the people you hang out with. If you are hoping to develop yourself as a person, look at the friend group you have. Are they pushing you forward or holding you back? My dear Toastmasters, your identity is an ongoing process. The task of finding out who you are is not an easy one. It's probably one of the hardest things you will ever take on. One of the worst things you can do is to put pressure on yourself to figure out the right way. Discovering your identity is a journey. It's not an ending. So, in your journey of self-discovery, remember to take a step back and reflect on yourself. Am I making decisions based on my own values? Am I who I want to be? And in the process, you will discover the answer to the question, who am I? And the answer is, I am me. Thank you, and back to TM Modi.
Thank you, TM Annie. That was a great speech. And we will also think about that we are we. Now let me welcome TM Condrel Rodi, the Vice President.
1 minute feedback.
Ah, sorry. Sorry, we'll have 1 minute feedback. Please send in your feedbacks through personal chat.
1 minute over.
Thank you, TM Bijo.
Excuse me, Toastmasters, Susan. Shall I take 1 minute, Toastmasters Susan?
Yes, yes.
We have our area directors present here, so you can call him for.
Okay. I would like to welcome DTM Anil Lobo, the area director, to say a few words on the theme of the day. Attitude is a magnet. What you think is what you attract. DTM Anil Lobo.
Thank you very much, TMOD. Very true. Attitude is. When I started term as an area director, I was trapped in Netherlands. I mean, with my family, my daughter was there, no doubt. And in July 1st, I was not sure when I'll come to Kuwait to start my term. Now, most people, when they take up an office role and they cannot perform on day one, what will they think? The attitude is to give up, a defeatist attitude. I took it very positively. I said to myself, I don't know when I'm coming to Kuwait, but let me pretend like as if I am already in Kuwait, because anyway, it's Zoom meeting. And I started working with my team. And lo and behold, by September, I came back to Kuwait. But then my family didn't want me to stay in Kuwait. So I had to leave Kuwait once again in April. Again, once the same defeatist attitude, a lot of people said, well, how can you do this? I said, area contest is over. Now I'm going to hand over and groom the next person to take over the area director's role. So it's all in your attitude. Your attitude is a magnet. Whatever your attitude is, you attract like-minded people towards you. If you're a defeatist, you are surrounded by people who are losers and defeated people. If you're a positive person, you attract positive people. If you're a go-getter and a very dynamic person, you will notice your friends are like that too. And that is the very purpose. You are what your friends make you. And how do you attract those friends towards you? By your thought process. Your mind is the most powerful magnet. If you read the book of Secrets, that's exactly what it says. Now, this particular club is the same. Your attitude of your XCOM has been dynamic. Every time I send a WhatsApp message to the president or any of the XCOM members, I don't have to wait for 2 or 3 days to get a response. There are times I get the response right immediately, right after, within a couple of minutes or a couple of hours, I get the response. That shows how dynamic your XCOM is. And that was, in a way, accentuated by the fact that this club was one of the few clubs that established 10 out of 10 goals way ahead of all the other clubs. You were President's Distinguished Club, and you truly deserve this accolade. Your XCOM has worked really diligently together. You've had regular meetings. In fact, there were times the XCOM asked me for certain advice, certain suggestions. And I cannot say I did this all by myself, because today there's another person in our room. He's the Division E Director, Xavier, who has also been instrumental in motivating me and pushing me. And I think, Xavier, you need a little bit of applause too, for supporting not only me as an area director, but all the clubs that we are part of this division. So you see, like-minded people get attracted together, and these attracted people achieve like-minded goals. Today, every one of you will achieve your goal if you put out the same positive attitude. If you put out the magnet out there saying that I want these type of people in my life because this is the goal I want to achieve. And lo and behold, I assure you, in a few months from now, whatever you have written out will come to fruition. Just like your New Year's resolutions, you can write any time of the year certain goals and resolutions. This club is a dynamic club. I have been very proud to have you as a club and as members as part of my Area 20. I really salute you, and I wish the incoming XCOM as much enthusiasm and dynamism as I've seen in this present XCOM, and you will reach great heights. I wish you all the best. Salute, and over to you. TMOD.
Thank you, DT Manil Lobo, for the inspiring words. Yes, we'll all have the winner's attitude, and we'll leave the defeatists. Let me also welcome DTM Anil Kumar Ji Revankar, who's our very own Anil Kumar Ji. Please say a few words on the theme of the day. DTM Anil Kumar.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Day, Toastmaster Susan Abraham, for this wonderful introduction. Attitude is a magnet, very truly said. I strongly believe if your attitude is good, it will attract another person with a similar attitude. If you're positive, you always have people surrounding you who are also positive. And I've been experiencing this. The Toastmaster Club is one of the areas, I can say, or a place where you can really develop a positive attitude. It teaches us how to be positive. So I wish you all the best for the meeting and new XCOM. Stay positive. Good things will come. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, DTM Anil Kumar. It's great to see you. And it's good that we have Zoom meetings, that we can see people from India and who are far from us. Let us now continue with the prepared speeches session. We have now TM Kondal Reddy, the Vice President Education and our future President. TM Kondal Reddy, welcome to the podium.
Thank you.
Can you say a few words on the theme of the day?
Yes, attitude, the positive attitude, it's reduce our stress and it increase our collaborations and spikes our communications, and you will create your healthy environments with your positive attitude. In spite, you will be boost your creativity. If you have positive attitude, you will be win all the hearts. Over to TM.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me welcome TM Jiju Ramankulat as the evaluator for TM Kondal Reddy. TM Jiju Ramankulat as evaluator for TM Kondal Reddy.
Thank you, TM Modi, Susan Abraham, and fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, a very warm good evening again. Today, Toastmaster Kondal Reddy is embarking on Pathways Innovative Planning Level 5 and Project 2. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice developing and presenting a longer speech. And timer, please note the speech length is 18 to 22 minutes. 18 green card and 20 yellow and 22 yellow card, red card. And the speech title is How to Become a Millionaire. Toastmaster Kondal Reddy speech title is How to Become a Millionaire. Over to TM Modi.
TM Modi.
But TM Kondal Reddy, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Kindly raise your hands. How many of you want to be billionaires? Wow, good reaction. All right. The secret of getting started, the secret of getting ahead, it's getting started. The rich and middle class people works for money. The rich class works for money, works for them. And the rich don't work for money. This is wrote Karl Marx in his book, Rich Dad and Poor Dad. So,
Toastmaster Kondal Reddy.
in Western countries, everybody talks about goal setting. Even a small child will talk, I want to do this, I want to do that. And where in India, we will not hear about goal setting. The goal setting is absent, right? Because we don't have control. We don't have control whether we get admission or not. We don't have control whether we get job or not. We have all uncertainty. Where the Western nations have the prosperity of 400 years and they enjoyed that and they have big, everyone thinks is big. And even child thinks it's very highly. And they're not scared. And they're not at all scared. They are very openly talks. See, let's move for today's our subject. What is the difference between the businessman and entrepreneur? The businessman will build a hotel. If it makes money, yes. Otherwise, he will put a height and he will get hell of the house. But where an entrepreneur is different, he doesn't need money. He has just as a college degree and he get an idea and he goes behind that idea. Guess what? He will be a billionaire. The entrepreneur is success. The entrepreneur does not require any money to make money. Let me share some entrepreneurs too with you today. No, it's wrong. These Don and Frank Corney are brothers. Their success story is quite inspirational one. When Don Corney was 19 years old, a student in Wichita State University, USA, and his brother was 26 years old. Don borrowed $600 from his mother and he started a pizza business in 1958. Today known as Pizza Hut. After a few years, they have become billionaires. You all know this. He is Tom Monaghan. Tom Monaghan started his pizza business in 1960 from a small store. Today he owns Domino's, world's second largest pizza restaurant. Facing of many problems, Tom has achieved a big success on his strength and hard work and his willingness. That makes him a billionaire in few years after. Because he doesn't have money when he started this business. His father was a truck driver and his mother was a nurse. Even this man, we know all. The KFC success story, we all knows that. This person has a passion of cooking and he persistent that after his retirement of his army colonel job, at the age of 56, he started KFC business. See, this young man is Ritesh Agarwal. He becomes the world's second youngest billionaire in 2020. But when Ritesh Agarwal is an age of 13, he was selling SIM cards. He graduated from St. John's Senior Secondary School, Delhi, and he moved to college. But he dropped from the college and he was selected for Thiel Fellowship in 2013 at age of 19. And these are business. What is that? Business. The business is a combination of logic and demand philosophy. Dear friends, What is the success? The success is a combination of state of mind and happiness. Then what we need, the essentials to have a success in your business. We need few essentials. We have to follow these essentials. The dream and goal settings, persistence, philosophy, and wisdom, and proper direction and meditation. So what is a dream? If you want to start a new business, you have first step is you have to dream it. The dreaming is a rehearsal of the achievement. The dreaming can help you to foresee the future. If you can dream it, you can make it as a reality. As Walt Disney had a dream of making a children park, but it's become Walt Disney World. So we all need to dream to make your success. The goal setting. The goal is an identified target to reach within a set of period. Everyone can make your goal setting, but we need the qualities of meaningful goals. Be practical and achievable. All your goals to be practical and achievable, and be very specific. You must define a time frame to attain. When you have kind of goals, there's a long-term goal and the short-term goals. Those long-term goals you can achieve, you can plan for 1 to 10 years, and short-term goals you can put as a milestones as 1 to 1 year, within 1 year. Every goal can achieve, but how? We have a certain guidelines. We need to have certain guidelines. You have to write down your goal first and visualize that you have already achieved that goal, and think how it will be visible. Visualize and read every day loudly to remember that you have to achieve this goal. Write down a plan with a proper follow-up, and evaluate with your short-term goals as and when it's required. Be persistent about achieving your goal and don't give up. Persistence. The persistence is the driving force that a person can carry and accomplish a goal in spite of his obstacles. Never give up. People admire a persistent person that treats as a vital key of success. We all should have the consistency to achieve your goals. Philosophy. What is philosophy? Philosophy is a general law that it finishes the rational explanation of everything. In a simple words, the philosophy is a unique ability to use the proof principle to distinguish good from the bad. With accuracy, you will own it. If you distinguish the good from the bad, you will own it. So we all have that. Wisdom. Information, knowledge, and learning skills are acquired through the studies and education. What is the wisdom? Wisdom is a subconscious mind power. Subconscious mind power, which exercised with the full of knowledge and with efficiently and to achieve your most productive things. Knowledge is knowing what to say. Wisdom is knowing when to say it. Dear friends, if you need to success, we need to have a proper directions. I will say one small story, and it's not story, it is the one of the Mahabharata story, Pandavas under direction of Krishna. Krishna is guided Pandavas, which was garage enterprises, 5 brothers, 12 years, no venture capital. But Krishna has produced a super report and saw that it was implemented with success in their global success. And Lord Krishna's history is only online management consultant, always touch with the reality. Lord Krishna has philosopher and he had a wisdom. His long range of his vision through the meditation. Whereas the Kauravas directed under Shakuni. Shakuni is also a great consultant and he's having extreme knowledge and he grown into a family entrepreneur and with the large federal compassion. But he could not make Kauravas successful because he was not a philosopher, lacked of wisdom. There is no long range of vision like Lord Krishna. We all need the proper direction to be success. Friends, we have to meditate to make a success. Meditation. The meditation is soul and mind together. We need to believe in ourselves. Believing in ourselves, it means you have a faith on your capabilities. It means you can do something within your ability. Believe in you, you can confident, you will get in confident actions to get things are done. Lord Krishna is meditates Arjuna through the Kirta to win the battle. But everyone thinks that Arjuna killed Bhishma and Karna. But in reality, through the meditation, Lord Krishna has killed both of them. That's the power of the meditation. We need to have the soul and mind together to achieve our goals. The qualities of a good entrepreneur. Entrepreneur should be optimistic, like positive mental attitude, a dreamer who can see the success ahead of the time, a problem solver, an excellent communicator, likable. The attitude is magnet. You have to be likable because the money comes with the other human beings. Humble and honest and reliable and a manager who will not procrastinate, an active listener and good goals as a meditator. He will never give up. And excellent time management. A good entrepreneur must have trustworthy. The trustworthy is so important in your team and as an organization to make the success high. You have to be high ambitious. Ambitious, I remember one Telugu lyrics like Goranta Deepam, Kundanta Velugu, Chiguranta Asha, Jagamanta Velugu. A little hope in human beings will drive to all the way up. There should not be any depreciation. You have highly ambitious and think high. And should have knowledge. I read one article about the knowledge. A giant ship engine was failed. The ship owners tried one expert and after another expert, and no one can figure out the faulty of engine. Then they brought one old man who was fixing the ships from young onwards. And the old man came to the ship. and he was examining the ship carefully, top to the bottom. He checked it. And these two ship owners were standing over there and seeing this, they're hoping this old man will do something. Then, after all inspecting of that ship, giant ship, the old man went to his toolbox and pulled out one small hammer to hammer it on something. Then instantly, the ship was latched into life. And he carefully put his hammer into his tools bag, and the engine was fixed. A week later, the old man sent a bill. It's about $10,000. The owners exclaimed that, what? He didn't do anything. Then they wrote to old man, can you send the itemized bill? Then the old man replied the itemized bill. Tapping the hammer is $2. Knowing where to tap is $9,998. The lack of knowledge will make you anxiety. Anxiety creates fear. The fear makes sure you fail. That's why the knowledge is extremely important to have a success as an entrepreneur. The good entrepreneur is a multitasking. A good entrepreneur also it's good problem solver. Every problem is unique. You have to be ability that every problem you have to solve for a unique way. Dear friends, a good entrepreneur puts his knowledge as buddhi, as action, and siddhi, an idea to actions to a grand success. That's the reason we all pray for God before starting a business or even event. Dear friends, those principles, if you have followed, you will be a billionaire. You become a billionaire. Dear friends, one more thing I want to share with you about multitasking. We are all here, Toastmasters. We know how to do multitasking. Dear friends, if you spend 1 hour longer a day, if you spend 1 hour longer on your day on your task, instead of watching TV or mobile, if you spend that 1 hour on your goal as I want to become a billionaire, so you will get in a year 365 hours. That means you will get 45 working days. So if you are having a working life as 50 years, so you will get 10 years of ahead of a normal person. If you had 10 years ahead of a normal person, definitely you will be richer than others. Dear friends, in the same way, if you spend longer on 3 hours a day, just imagine if 3 hours a day, if you spend, you will get ahead of 25 years from the normal person from out the street. So if you use those 3 hours a day longer, you will get 25 years ahead of others. Then definitely you will be born to be a billionaire. Dear Toastmasters and my friends, if you practice these principles and this logic, definitely you will be a billionaire. Toastmaster of the day, can you practice those extra hours a day? What do you?
Thank you, TM Condal Reddy, for the great tips to be a billionaire. Yes, we will try to keep 1 hour of the day and work on our billionaireship. So soon we'll be billionaires and no more TMs. Now 1 minute, sorry, 1 minute silence for feedback. Please give in your feedback to the private chat.
Yeah, Modi, 1 minute is over.
The next speaker of today's speech session does not need any introduction. He's very well known, very dynamic, and as you know, a singer, a well-known speaker, mentor, and there are many other words to describe him. Let me welcome TM Mahesh Iyer to the podium for his speech. I would like you to speak a few words on the theme of the day.
Namaste. Yes, your attitude determines your personality. Because attitude matters a lot, man. You do your duty and don't expect anything in return. That's because attitude matters. Whatever you are doing, even though it is having a negative impact, see the positivity in that negativity also. Inculcate that kind of positive attitude in you and work on yourself. And don't expect somebody else will appreciate your work. You have to pat on your back saying that, yes, you have done something great, man. You are the best motivator and everlasting motivator for your work. Don't expect anything in return from anyone. You will be always happy. Back to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, TM Mahesh. To evaluate TM Mahesh Iyer's speech, we have yet another very dynamic, very active Toastmaster Manoj Matthew. Toastmaster Manoj Matthew, please say a few words on the theme of the day.
Thank you, TM Modi, Toastmaster Susan. Let me share my thought about the theme of the day. Attitude is a magnet. What you think is what you attract. In order to achieve and attract positivity and eudaimonia around me, I practice few things. I'll try to feed my mind with positive ideas, information, and conversation with the positive people, which is one of the reasons I wanted to be with Toastmasters. I'll try to maintain a positive talk and positive inner dialogue, which keeps me positive. I'll try to walk the talk, be honest with what I talk and what I do. This will help me to build trust in others and to maintain a positive approach. Back to my responsibility as the role player. I'm performing the evaluation of Toastmaster Mahesh Iyer's HPL speech, final speech on the HPL project, which Toastmaster Mahesh shared. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of his experience in completing this HPL project. The title of The speech is, here we go. The time given is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Mahesh here.
I hope you all can see my shared screen. Can I start? Timer. Nothing is impossible in this world if you have a strong vision. And nothing is impossible in this world, and if your vision and will is strongest, you can transform all the threats into the challenges, and you can be successful in your life. Yes, attitude matters. Good evening to all the Edumaniacs. We are going to see that something different. I personally believe that whatever I do, there should be a tinge of difference. Exactly on 27th June 2020, this thought came to me. Exactly on 27th of June 2020, 1 year. Today is 26th June 2021. It is just merely a coincidence. 1 year before. The idea of doing something different, if I do it for my team, for my school team, why can't it be something different? All the Edumaniacs teachers. So I thought of starting. I thought of calling the teachers for Toastmasters Club, but I drastically failed. Many of the Toastmasters also know that. Then I thought that why can't we take the Toastmastering to the doorsteps, to their doorsteps and to their school steps? Really, it was not that easy, but I could prove it because of the teamwork that I have and had from the BTs. Ladies and gentlemen, I and we were successful for making this mini Toastmastering in our school, and we kept the name as Talkmaster, Bhavan's Talkmaster. And we had this virtual background also whenever we had the meetings. It was not that easy. Challenges. Let us see the challenges in future. The vision, to make the vision also to clear, teachers, qualified teachers, they were having second thought, oh, I cannot do this. How can we be the entrepreneurs? But later on, after a year, they all proved that it is nothing but within a strike of the moment, we can have this vision of being an independent entrepreneur with the leadership skills. Yes, we proved it. And for that, we had different kinds of missions to identify the innate skills, self-confidence, management and leadership skills, self-governing personality, multi-talented personnel, and ultimately to be a human. We succeeded in all these missions. And then we had all these core values also. It was not that easy to inculcate these core values even to the teachers. I thought it can, because they are all well qualified, they will receive it as such. No. Support, team spirit, and participation. Even I had to call somebody else from the other clubs also to make them understand there is a skill in you. There is a hidden skill in you. Work on it. Mirror images. To give them mirror images, I had to call so many people. Even those people are there here in this group too. 5 components of HPL. Those who have done the HPL, all we know that. Learning about leaderships, choosing your objectives, winning commitment to your objectives, working the plan and analyzing and presenting your result. All these things we do every day in the school too, but we had to make them to be more systematic by these Talkmasters. We succeeded that too. And ultimately, this pie diagram was given to each and everybody. It was applicable to me too, to understand what is my leadership profile. Worked on vision and values, direction, persuasion, support, development, and appreciation. All these 6 qualities it has improved in me too by giving this to my teammates. And definitely the 6 dimensions of service of leadership: vision, value, direction, persuasion, support, development, appreciation, which I had to show in me first. Then it has gone to each and every team members of our Toastmaster Club. These are the glimpses in which the inauguration was done by the Toastmaster ex-com of BTC, that is TM Suresh V. Balakrishnan, and the ending was done by DTM Nancy Joe. We had 5 Toastmasters clubs, groups, and every last Saturday we had, during the school time, they were having the problem of the timing to join for Toastmasters. I told, if that is a problem, here it is. During the school time, on Saturdays, we had this kind of, and challenges faced. Each and every step, there was challenge. But we, as a team, could prove that by regular perseverance, regular discussion, by SWOT analysis, and by keeping sessions with experienced Toastmasters, we could face all the challenges. Your attitude matters a lot. And the challenges, for making the challenges less, we had divided the duty. We had made team leaders and educate them, and to inculcate the qualities of team leadership. That also we used to show the videos and regular interaction with those team leaders. And ultimately, here is the goal set. The testimonials, each and every group, teachers, I told, whatever you feel, write it down. These are the testimonials of each and every group. The group name also was something different. Team Venus, Team Mercury, Team Neptune, Team Saturn, and Team Jupiter. All were having innate qualities. Just we had tapped it with a regular training. And the matter of fact, I personally would like to express my gratitude to the guidance committee, that is DTM Anil Kumar G. Revankar, DTM Sunil Thomas Varghese, and TM Bita Johnson for giving all the guidance. For execution also, there were actually 5 steps of presentations. In each one, all these people were there with me. Santosh Patros, Kondal Reddy, Pramukh Bose, Shiba, Pramukh, and definitely Suresh Balakrishnan, always Nancy John also. And each team members, team leaders also, I would like to thank Babita, Suguna, Georgie, Rajini, Bhavida, again Suguna, Rajini, and Sajini. All were the team leaders. Lessons learned. Nothing is impossible in this world. And if you have a perseverance, you can win the goal. Divide the entire task into small pieces. A successful leader is the one who initiates anything. Think globally. Success will precede you always. These were the take-home messages. Thank you very much to each one of the Toastmasters, sanguine Toastmasters, for being with me to achieve each goal of this HPL. Thanks a lot. God bless you all. Attitude matters. Back to TMO.
Thank you, TM Mahesh Iyer, for the walkthrough through your HPL project. It was a great effort, and we also learned from all the tips you have given. Let us give 1 minute feedback time. Please send in your feedback to the private chat. Also, timer, please give your report and whether all the speakers are qualified.
I'll give the report after 1 minute. TM Modi, the timer report. All are qualified except Toastmaster Mahesh Iyer. It's a time, actual time is 7 minutes. It is 8 minutes, 12 seconds he taken for this speech. All others are qualified.
TM Condell ready? Can we have the polling
Sure.
launch?
We will have launching for the. I'm going to launch the poll. Kindly request for all to avoid disqualification of Mahesh Iyer. So remaining you can vote for that. This is the launch of poll for 1 minute. I will close after voting. I hope everybody is seeing the launch of poll.
Yes.
Still 6 more people has to vote. I'm counting. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End the poll. Thank you.
Thank you, TM Condell Reddy. I would like to welcome all the guests, TM Leon De Silva and TM Lucy Cherian for coming to the meeting, and it is great to have you in the meeting. Now we have another very cheerful session, and the cheerful session, to conduct the cheerful session, the table topic session, we have TM Prashant Kavlangad, a very fabulous and vibrant Toastmaster. I welcome TM Prashant Kavlangad to host the session, table topic session.
Thank you, TM Susan Abraham, for the wonderful leadership. Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. We are going to a wonderful session, table topics. So today, attitude, it's a magnet. But only difference, I believe that magnet will repel each other, the equal pause, but the positive attitudes will find a positive people. I believe I am a demonic behavior, which gives the power to over difficult situations instead of situations having power on me. So let's start with the session. Jim, did you please allow me to share the screen, please?
Yes, you can.
Perfect. Okay. So to make our session perfect, okay, please come forward, the volunteers.
We have the guests. We can first let the guests try.
Yes. Please come forward and select the alphabet. We will make the table topics perfect. Okay. Can I select?
Yes, Leon.
I select the letter E. Leon, can you please select the letter? Letter E. Letter E, the second E or the fifth E? 50. Fifth 50. E. Let's see what's inside. It always seems impossible until it's done. It always seems impossible until it's done. It's your time.
It always seems impossible until it's done. I agree to the statement, because whenever we think of something, if it is a positive thing, we attract positive people. Well, how do you know? You need to do it. Isn't it why actions speak louder than words? That's why we need to run the talk. That's why the statement goes, it always seems impossible until it's done. Well, let me take you to a time in where I was a man who did not know how to speak on a stage. I felt very weird. I felt scared. I felt timid. But then there came a time in later after practice, after going on stage multiple times of trial and error, I succeeded, and now I can speak on a stage without any fear or without my thoughts running across my head with a million miles per hour. To be calm and to have a speech, you need to have a lot of practice. And that's where you got to have a platform such as Toastmaster gives you the chance to do it. That's why you need to have a speech, and you need to do the speech on the right manner and a right platform. Of course, having a proper mentor and having a proper coach also does help you. Have you had any experience? Have you had any experiences? So I'm sure many of you would have had the similar experiences. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you so much, Leon. Wonderful presentation. Next, I would like to call
Toastmaster
TM
Lucy,
Lucy
ma'am.
ma'am. TM Lucy ma'am. Perfect. Okay. Please come forward and select the alphabet.
I'll go for the first letter, P.
The only disability in life is a bad attitude. The only disability in life is a bad attitude. It's your time.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters of the day and my dear friends. Attitude. I think attitude is everything. Lion is not the tallest animal. It's not the biggest animal. It's not strongest animal. But lion is still the king of the forest. Why? Just because of his attitude. And when he wants to get a prey, he just come out of his den and just roar with his attitude. And the animals which are sleeping, they get scared because of his attitude and the way he roar and just come right in front of him. So attitude matters everything. That is applicable to our life too. Even if you have a lot of limitations, but if you trust in yourselves and if you have that positivity, that's everything. You can just go ahead. And there is nothing impossible or too hard for you. And I believe we primates, we have a forward-looking eye and opposable thumb. Things are under your control. So once you have the attitude and positivity within your mind, and you can conquer the world, and there is nothing impossible. So I believe that if you have attitude and positivity with a positive spirit, things you can achieve in your life. And so I believe among all the characters, attitude should be the best, and we should have it. And as somebody said, Toastmaster Mahesh Raya said, we have to pat ourselves and say that you are the best and create that positive attitude within us. And that's it. You can win your life. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. What an inspirational and wonderful. Next, please come forward.
We have Bita Johnson.
Yeah, GM Latif.
Okay,
Sorry.
Bita Johnson. No problem. Give first to Bita Johnson.
Bita ma'am,
Oh, thank you, thank you.
please select
E. Let's go with
E.
E. Yes.
Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. Ma'am, your time starts.
To change the world, to bring happiness or to smile somebody, to bring the happiness to somebody, you don't have to be a millionaire, not even a Toastmaster. But when you do with things with great love, you are becoming a God to them. That shows your attitude. Good evening, my dear Toastmasters. Attitude, that is the something which makes you distinguished from the multitude. The world may laugh at you. They may say bad words behind you and before you. Why should we worry? If you look at yourself and say, for example, Bida, carry on. Why are you upset? My dear Toastmasters, that's not only for you, everyone, because the world is filled with 75% of the world is filled with mediocre people who thinks in a mediocre way. If you want to come out of their clutches, change your attitude and show the world that here you are instead of here I am. My dear Toastmasters, bring happiness to somebody. Bring happiness to somebody. Bring the joy to their eyes. That's what makes you a good human being. I wish you all to have that humanity wherever you go. Spread love. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Please come forward. GM Latif.
F, the letter F, father.
Let's see what's inside. Attitude determines the altitude of life. Attitude determines the altitude of life. GM Latif.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. A very brilliant topic, which I was somehow I was thinking where I can explain the depth, the gravity, or the height. And this is what it came to me. Trust me, fellow friends, I was alone when I had a dream. But when I shared with others, it means a lot for many. And what I find out that what way I was thinking, maybe it takes a laughter or longer journey. But when I joined many people, I had a strength to go ahead, to move forward. And this is the only step which I took at Bhavan's Toastmasters. And today, as I stand, I feel myself completing. I was never able to speak. I was never able to open my arms. I was never able to show the voice modulation. I was not able even to attract someone with my sentences. Today, if I have this and respect of all the leaders with me, it is just that altitude and my attitude of learning and making things happen. Not only here, but whoever I meet, I try to encourage them for public speaking. that reflects not only your past, but it makes sure that your life ahead is great. So attitude, a good attitude will rise you to your altitude. And that is when you will define gravity. That is when these both things are together. Friends, practice attitude, respect altitude. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, TM Latif. I have 3 more alphabets to complete my perfect. Okay, please come forward. Anilji? Please select the alphabet.
Oh, T is already taken, right? Now C is there. Let's go for C.
C.
The last T is taken.
Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. The time starts, sir.
Warm good evening to all segment Toastmasters on this very special meeting. A special thanks to the table topic master. Perfectly said. A very apt statement. Attitude makes a difference. Friends, if a person is having a negative attitude, do you think he can attract people? Do you think it will help that person to climb heights? No. On the contrary, it is going to put him down in all the ways. Nobody in the world likes to have a person or a friendship with a person who is having a bad attitude. We all love a good attitude, and we always try to keep people who are having bad attitude. As a parent, we often tell our children, my dear, don't follow this gentleman or don't follow this lady, because the parent knows that particular person is not having a good attitude. We always tell our children, follow somebody who is having a good attitude, because the good attitudes the children will inculcate it in them, and they themselves will develop that particular attitude which they observe in people with good attitude. To conclude, yes, people with good attitude will always move forward and they can reach greater heights. Over to Toastmaster of the table topic master, Toastmaster Prashant.
Thank you, sir. I have 2 more alphabets.
Toastmaster Prashant, sorry to interrupt. Now we have time limits. So let's move to wrapped up.
Okay, then. Okay, dear Toastmasters.
You can call for the voting.
Did you please launch the voting?
Check before for the timings. Let me have the timer report. Launch the poll.
Yes, all speakers are qualified.
Okay, great. So let me have a poll for the best table topic speaker. There is a 5 speakers. Please kindly select one of the best speaker. One more to vote.
Calling finished?
Let me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, done.
By this, I would like to conclude the table topic session. Thank you, all the volunteers. Back to you, TM Modi.
Thank you, TM Prashant, for a perfect session with great topics. Thank you for all the participants. Let me now welcome TM Jiju Ramankulat as General Evaluator to conduct the evaluation session. TM Jiju Ramankulat.
Thank you, TM Modi. And my dear fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, a very warm good evening again. And welcome you all to the evaluation session of this meeting. Actually, we witnessed a great prepared session today. And let us all know what our speech evaluators to say about their speakers. So I would like to invite Toastmaster Suguna to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Jomi Stephen. Toastmaster Suguna.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Gratitude is an attitude. An attitude of gratitude will always take us to a higher altitude. A warm good evening to my Ebullient Toastmasters and a special good evening to my target speaker. Hearty congratulations, Jomi, for the topic you have chosen to present today, the bucket list. You grabbed everyone's attention by sharing the quote of famous Mark Twain. Wow, that's a great start. The time when you have shared your evaluation form, I just wondered what Jomi would say from the movie The Bucket List, the movie which I loved really the most. If you have a lot of time to accomplish something from your bucket list, don't wait for the time someday to come, because you never know when is your time up. Squeeze everything out of your life while you can. These were the messages from the movie I got it. Then I realized that no, Jomi would not say from the movie The Bucket List. He would say something from his own bucket list. My expectation was more. Then I just listened to your thing. What Jomi would say from his bucket list. We have given plenty today. Thank you, Jomi, for that. The part which really I love is your inner wish started from your mother's own place, the world, the kitchen, and you achieved it by getting a job, a cashier cum accountant. My wishes for that. You have learned and learning still so many things from the job you are in. The various delicious dishes, the aroma, the flavor, and even how to arrange the napkins and the types of folks, all you have shared. Wow, you have really taken us to the world you are in, the restaurant. Thank you for that. You brought all the sceneries before us. All that shown that how you cultivated and how molded yourself to love the job you are in. Good. You have shared so many things from your bucket list. That's never be angry at the waiter or waitress, because you never knew the time, the care they are taking to prepare your food and all that. For a speaker of your caliber, you could have added some incident which you are or difficulty some you have faced in your workplace and how you overcome that. You could have added that. Personally, I felt. And you have shared so many positive thoughts. Achieving is tough. Fight for it. Be the better version of yourself. That shows how dynamic you are. Truly, honestly says that you are deserves for many accolades. Hats off to you. But you could have explained bit by adding some incidents and how you overcome what I've shared before. Overall, it was a nice bucket list. I really enjoyed it. Just work on the recommendations while preparing for the next project. Overall, I enjoyed it. All the best, TM Jomi, for your future endeavors. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suguna.
Over to you, General Evaluator. Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suguna. Our next speaker was Toastmaster Annie Matthew. And let me welcome Toastmaster Justin John to evaluate Toastmaster Annie Matthew's speech. Toastmaster Justin John.
Thank you, TM Jiju. Good evening once again. As mentioned earlier, this project is all about to apply the feedback received from the first speech. So it is imperative to start with the feedback from the first speech. The first speech was evaluated by TM Jiju, and the main feedback was organize the speech in a way that the audience can take away the key message. Secondly, engage the audience. And finally, improve the vocal variation. Looking into that perspective, I would say that you have made a sincere effort to enhance the feedback of the first speech. As per the evaluation form, I would like to make this evaluation into 3 parts. The first part is you excelled at. These are the 4 positive feedbacks. I have noticed that you have excellent aptitude, natural ability on public speaking. The title itself had a personal touch. Who am I? Attracted all our attention right from the beginning. Then you explain the answer in different perspective. Then you shared your life experience when you were a guest lecturer of vocational higher secondary school. You encountered with a question from a student. Who do you think about yourself that you punish me? Then you explain about your endless journey to find out who am I. Interesting. Finally, you found the answer that I am me. I understood that everyone is unique. Other point that I have noticed are clarity was excellent. Comfort level was outstanding. You were showing good interest throughout the speech. The second part of evaluation, you may want to work on. This is nothing but the areas of improvement. Vocal variety. There is a potential to improve the vocal variety. You could have made some kind of punch for certain sentences. For instance, the encounter of the boy. Who do you think about yourself? Expressing the complete frustration of the boy. Coming to the third part, to challenge yourself, you may work on the subject to enhance the takeaway message. Also try to add humor in your speech. Altogether, it was a beautiful speech and it was very interesting. Wishing you all the very best and success in your Pathways program. Thank you. Over to you, TM Jiju.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Justin John, for your inspiring words and the guidance given to the speaker, Toastmaster Annie Matthew. Next speaker was Toastmaster Kondal Reddy, and I am his evaluator. So let me start the evaluation session. First of all, let us all give a big round of applause to our keynote speaker, Toastmaster Kondal Reddy. Presenting a 22-minute speech needs a lot of preparation and energy. And Toastmaster Kondal Reddy, you are very much prepared and you kept your energy and enthusiasm from the beginning till the end. Congrats to that. And your speech had all the elements that needed for a keynote-like speech. When you give it such a long keynote, what do you expect from the audience? Number one, you want the audience to stand with you, to listen your each and every words. And well begun is half done. And I would say you started with giving a apt a title to your speech, how to become a millionaire, and who doesn't want to become one. And I hope you will soon come with how to become a billionaire. And the second thing is a good keynote speaker want to provide the audience with ideas that provoke their thoughts. And I'm sure that no one will disagree with me that you presented a bunch of thoughts towards achieving one's goals. You made the audience inspired, take action to do better. And you gave them tools for that also. You made the audience inspired to take action, to do better. You explained the difference between the business and entrepreneurship, showed the importance of goal setting and how to do that. And wow, how effectively you explained why the vision is so important with the example of the great consultants, Lord Krishna and Shaguni. What a concept, Toastmaster Kondal Reddy. And you very well explained how hope and how our dreams can make a difference, like the hammer story. And this is what a keynote speech is all about. And it was convincing content also. This is about the content part. And about the presentation, you demonstrated excellent presentation skills. And I would like to highlight that your purpose of this speech has been achieved. I have a suggestion for improvement as I felt as an evaluator. I was expecting there would be a Q&A session with the audience, and I believe it would have added more value to the keynote speech. It's a great way to engage the audience. Conclusion, a well-written, practiced, presented keynote speech style and demonstrated excellent presentation skill. Improvement areas, engage audience through Q&A session. Thank you. Our next speaker was Toastmaster Mahesh Iyer. And let me invite Toastmaster Manoj Matthew to evaluate Toastmaster Mahesh Iyer's speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jiju. Good evening, Toastmasters and distinguished guests, and Toastmaster Mahesh Iyer, my target speaker. The speech Toastmaster Mahesh Iyer have delivered today is a summary of what Toastmaster Mahesh have been working for the past 1 year on his HPL project. First of all, let's congratulate Toastmaster Mahesh Iyer for his successful completion of his HPL project. Toastmaster Mahesh have achieved his objectives. Please note, this is not a complete evaluation of Toastmaster Mahesh Iyer's HPL project, because a complete evaluation includes a 360-degree evaluation, which includes the experience working with the HPL leader, which will be given by the guidance committee, which I was not a participant. Coming to the speech, which Toastmaster Mahesh Iyer delivered. Sir, first of all, your speech delivery reflected your confidence, the enthusiasm you have maintained throughout your dream project, and satisfactory completion of your project, and it reflects the eudaimonia around you now. Secondly, the project which Toastmaster Mahesh Iyer chose, which is Toastmasters, a training program on the leadership skills, especially focusing on the public speaking and leadership skills for the teachers at the school in which Toastmaster Mahesh Iyer is the leader. Through this speech or this project, Toastmaster Mahesh Iyer, you have shared your experience, the endless efforts you have taken to bring your leaders, the teachers, to the Toastmasters podium. You were successful in bringing many of them to this public speaking platform to sharpen their leadership skills. But you are not satisfied with that, and Toastmaster Mahesh Iyer took the Toastmasters itself, or in another word, he created the Toastmasters for his own people and to train them to achieve their objectives of sharpening the communication skills of their own school teachers and thereby become good communicators and better confident leaders. Throughout your project, you have done a great job, and the project had a clear vision, mission, as well as core values. You were successful in inculcating your team with all the qualities, 6 qualities, which as a project HPL leader. I have only one suggestion for improvement, which you may work on. It would have been better, a better experience for all of us, if you could have invited one of your team member, for example, Toastmaster Suguna. I believe she was a part of this project, would have been to share the experience and her testimonials. This would have made the speech to another level, or you would have taken the speech to your HPL project to another level. Overall, you have delivered an excellent speech, summarizing all your experience and feedback through this speech. Thank you. Over to the General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manoj. Now, we are very eager to listen the grammarian report. Let me invite Sanvida Reddy to present the grammarian report.
Good evening once again, everyone. This is my second time to again wish you good morning, good evening. So, before going further, I would like to tell I'm slightly disappointed, to be honest, because only 4 people out of all the people who spoke today used the word of the day. And those 4 people are Susan, the TMOD of the day, which is Susan, and Suguna, and then TM Kundalreddy, and then TM Prashant. So let us at least appreciate them, because at least from all the people who used, only 4 people used. Let us at least appreciate them for that. And then let us go for the grammarian report. So I would like to tell this sentence like during the end of the meeting. Instead of saying it like this, why can't we say it like by the end of the meeting? It wouldn't be a big difference, but still the way we speak, it's different. And for 50 years can be said as 50 years, because taking it whole as a content, as 50 years is more capable to fit over there. And the matter of fact. So this is a common phrase, phrase which we use in English. It can be said as a matter of fact. And I felt very feared. I had feared like that. And then time someday to come, or to time to come, or as days like time to come. And then that needed can be said as that was needed. So these are the reports I clarified. So some of us might think like, why do we need a grammarian, first of all? Because the end of the point is just like we understood the whole speech. But why grammarian? Because the purpose of Toastmasters meeting is basically to improve our leadership skills and communication too. Communication is basically improving our language. So in this way, grammarians or grammarian report is also very important. And I would like to tell everyone that we should also, emphasize or take care of the way we speak, and not always, how can I say it in short words? Not always just go on our own, because sometimes improving the language can help us with better communication. And with this, I would like to end my report and hand over the podium to the general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, grammarian Sanvida Reddy. Timer, can we have the timer report, please, for the speech evaluator and grammarian?
Toastmaster Jiju Ramangal, all the speakers are qualified for the voting.
Okay, host, can you launch the poll, please?
Yes, I'm going to launch for the best evaluator poll.
Timer, please note 1 minute for the voting. Timer host, can we go ahead?
It's 1 minute to go.
Thank you, timer. Next, let me call for the accounter report. Accounter Toastmasters Shruti Sajeev.
A very good evening again to all the Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and the guests for the day. My role for the day was the R counter. As we all know, we frequently use these filler words, etc. when we speak. It gives our brain a time to speak or process about what should we be telling in the next moment. It is natural, but since it will be more better if we avoid it. So when we know that we have this issue, and if we have the attitude to correct those mistakes, we will eventually get rid of those and become good speakers and make our conversations in a better manner. So over to the report for the day. I myself used once now, and I believe in the beginning also I used a couple of them. TM Susan Abraham, she used it 5 times. During the speech, TM Jomi, he used it once. During the table topic session, TM Lucy, she had used the R once. During the evaluation, TM Sugana Ganeshan, she used R 3 times. Giju Ramankulat also used R once. R, etc. Yes, we can overcome those if we try. As the theme for the day says, attitude is a magnet, and if we think we can change those things, we can obviously overcome these issues, and we can make these conversations more pleasant and beautiful to hear and proceed. Over to TM Modi, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmasters Shruti, for the detailed account report. So without any delay, let me call upon our pronunciation master, Toastmaster Pramukh Bose, to present his pronunciation report.
Good evening, Toastmasters, once again. Today, let me deliver my pronunciation report. First of all, it is pronunciation, not pronunciation. It's not develop, it is develop. It is forgiveness, not forgiveness, forgiveness. Accomplish, around, purpose, knowledge, answer, R is silent there, answer, attract, control, entrepreneur, visualize, wisdom, vision, honest, not honest, honest, trustworthy, these are some mistakes and corrections I could notice. I think we all of us need improvement in pronunciation. We can hear this BBC News. We can read English pronunciation by in the Word, Microsoft Word. There is a reading facilities there. Our speeches, we can put it in that, and it automatically will pronounce. So that way we can improve this our pronunciation. It's very important in communication, especially we all are, most of us are Indians, and we have that, the limitations. We are not natural English speakers. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, DTM Pramukh Bose. The next is general evaluation report. So once again, good evening, dear Toastmasters and guests. The meeting was started on time. The sergeant at arms very well explained the club mission, but it would be better if the host or someone share the club mission while he's speaking out. It would be helpful to the members to read out well, even though we Toastmasters need to know the mission by heart. And presidents began with a very professional manner with the business session and very good presentation about the club achievement. All the role players were introduced their roles very briefly and very clearly. Thank you for that. Before a speaker starts his or her speech, during the especially during the prepared speech session, it would be good if the TMOD check his or her readiness, by checking the voice or video or audio. So once the evaluator read out the purpose, TMOD can ask the speaker a few words, or even TMOD can ask to repeat the theme of the day. That would remove the confusion. And I think it is not a good idea to ask to talk about the theme before they start speaking, especially with the prepared speakers. And prepared speech is time bounded, and members came prepared. It may affect their quality of speech. And I also urge every speaker, especially the prepared speakers, in order to use the podium well, it is better to keep a certain distance with the monitor and from the monitor, and deliver the speech in a standing position. So they were so close to the monitor, and I was not, I don't know whether they are standing or sitting. So it is always better to keep some distance between the monitor and the speaker. And also the meeting gets a professional look when all our role players rename with their name with their role, their respective roles. And wonderful table topic session aligned with the themes, very perfect. And last but not least, the time. We need to look into the time. We are 20 minutes behind the time. And these are the observations. Overall, it was a wonderful meeting, and thank you to all. And I would like to hand over the podium to the president.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Gigi Ramankalath, for your wonderful evaluation session. And it was quite an eye-opening session for all, I believe. Let's welcome our Divisiony Director, Distinguished Toastmasters, Xavier Esudas, in order to conduct the installation ceremony of our new club officers.
One more voting, right, Santosh? There's one more voting.
Oh, pardon me, there is one voting session remains. So we will spare 1 minute for that. Timer.
All are qualified.
Yeah, this is for the best role players polling. It's going to be launched.
Yeah, can you please launch the polling?
Yes. Kindly request to all to vote for best role player.
Voting is done.
Yes.
Toastmaster Kandal ready. Voting is done.
Yes. Done. Thank you.
Right. Okay. You can hand over the host to Toastmaster Sunil.
Yeah, it's okay, sir.
Okay. All right. So let me invite our Division E director. There is no need of an introduction for our division director. He won the best division director in District 20. And he is our mentor, our coach, our guide, and our own homegrown Toastmasters. He started with Bhavan's and he is heading the Toastmasters fraternity in all the levels, and is a very popular figure in Toastmasters fraternity. He works in Alsea company as the manager. And for the new members, of course, he's a new person, but for us, he's a family member. So let me invite our distinguished Toastmasters, Xavier Isudas, in order to conduct the installation ceremony of the new executive committee for 21-22. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, President. A very good evening to all Toastmasters here, senior members, DTM Anil Kumar Ravanka, Toastmaster DTM Pramukh Bose, all my beloved Bhavan's Toastmasters family members, Toastmaster Mahesh, all the XCOM, outgoing XCOM. Congratulations for the new XCOM. Let me go directly to the installation process. Since we are too late, I may not take much of time. I will try to complete the process within the vested time with me. First, I request the moderator to spotlight the outgoing XCOM for a minute for me to discharge them from their current duties. May I request the moderator, Toastmaster Sunil and Toastmaster Kondal Reddy, to spotlight, if possible, the outgoing XCOM. All are ready? Dear XCOM, in life, in stories, when we read stories, it says the story has an ending. But in life, everything, all the end has got a beginning. So to the outgoing officers as well as the incoming officers, it is always a new beginning. A lot of surprises to come. So let's proceed with the installation ceremony. Let me
All
discharge.
the outgoing officers, can you open your cameras, please?
Please open your cameras. The moderator would like to spotlight you. Thank you very much for your dedication for the last 1 year to Bhavan's Toastmasters Club. And it was an amazing journey on behalf of District 20 and Division E, as well as representing the Toastmasters fraternity. I really give you a very big salute, and I request you that from today, this moment, you will be discharged from all further duties and responsibilities as officers of Bhavan's Toastmasters Club. Let me move forward with the incoming officers. Dear moderator, please now let us give a round of applause for the outgoing people. At the same time, we need to focus for the incoming officers elected. I request you to spotlight the incoming officers now. Toastmaster Sunil, are we ready?
A second, I'm just doing 1 second.
Yeah, please. Once you are ready, just let me know. I would like you to arrange them in the following order. So I will start with the Surgeon at Arms, Treasurer, Secretary, Vice President, Public Relations, Vice President Membership, Vice President Education, and the President. You are ready, sir?
1 second. So you want the president?
Yeah. You have to all remove, then you have to add one by one.
Yeah, I think it's better.
Let me enter to the installation process. Dear
Yeah.
Toastmasters, I am here to install the officers of Bhavan's Toastmasters Club for the term 2021-22 and to prepare them for the challenges that lie ahead. Their collective challenge is to make this club strong, dedicated to helping people from all walks of life to speak in an effective manner, listen with sensitivity, and think creatively. Now, I would like to ask each officer in the reverse order, which starts from Sergeant at Arms, to have a virtual gavel on your hand. Since we are online, it will be a virtual gavel on your hand, and you will hold the gavel until I say
Xavier,
your.
can I interrupt? So I
Yeah,
have
please.
President, VP, VP Education, and then VP Membership.
Yeah.
Okay, and then VP, VPPR.
Yeah, it goes like Sergeant at Arms, Treasurer, Secretary, Vice President, PR, Public Relations, Vice President Membership, Vice President Education, and the President.
Oh, you want the reverse order?
Yeah. So I'll start with the Sergeant at Arms.
Okay, one second, then I will start again. Okay, then Joy first. Okay, you can start with the Sergeant of Arms. So,
Yep. Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Joy George. Can we spotlight him?
yeah, he's there.
All right. About Toastmaster Joy George, his educational background is MSc Maths and an MBA in Marketing, and he is working as a procurement office at Center Circle Company. Dear Toastmaster Joy George, you keep track of the club's physical property, such as the banner, lantern, timing advice, and other meeting materials. You arrive early to prepare the meeting place for members and stay late to stow all of the club's equipments. You are also in charge of the meeting place itself, obtaining a space when necessary, and maintaining contact with the people who allow you to use the space for your club meetings. The Sergeant at Arms also has a role to play during business meetings, speech contests, and special club events. For example, the Sergeant at Arms escorts potential new members outside the club meeting place while the members vote on admitting them to the club. The Sergeant at Arms stands at the door while contestants compete in speech contests to ensure that the speaker is not interrupted by latecomers. Toastmaster Joy George, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability? You may say, I do. Please unmute his mic.
I do.
Congratulations. Let us move on to the next officer. I request Toastmaster Joy to down your gavel and let Treasurer Toastmaster Bijo Babu, I request you to hold the gavel as a symbol. Yes, a symbolic gavel handing, all right, or your pen as a gavel you can keep. Yes. Toastmaster Bijo Babu, he is an MBA marketing person. Since 2005, he is in Kuwait and working with the Babani company as an operation manager. Also, he is the current VP membership of Bhavan's Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster Bijo Babu, being the treasurer, you are the club's accountant. You manage the club's bank account, writing checks and approved by the executive committee, and depositing membership dues, payments, and other club revenues. You are also in charge of submitting membership dues payments to the world headquarters, accompanied by the names of renewing members, filling necessary tax documents, and keeping timely, accurate, up to date financial records for the club. Though the treasurer duties are usually not the most demanding, but all the club leadership positions, the consequences for members can be serious when they are not completed accurately and on time. Toastmaster Bijo Babu, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Congratulations. Let us move on to the next club officer, Secretary, Toastmaster Sruthi. You may please hold your hand or keep a pen as a symbol of holding the gavel. Toastmaster Sudhi, about her background. She is born and brought up in Kuwait, and she is by profession a civil engineer, and she is now working with as a cost controller for a major firm called Pizzarotti. Toastmaster Sudhi, As the secretary of Bhavan's Toastmasters Club, you maintain all club records, manage club files, handle club correspondence, and take the minutes at each club and executive meeting. You are also in charge of updating and distributing a roster of the current paid membership and keeping the club officer list current for Toastmasters International. Though some clubs combine the secretary role with the treasurer, it is best to have a dedicated secretary. That is why you are dedicated as a secretary, and who can help reduce the workload of the treasurer and occasionally assist the vice president education as well. Toastmasters Shruti, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I do.
Thank you and congratulations.
Thank
Please
you.
stay. We move on to the next role, Vice President Public Relations. Toastmaster Manoj Matthew, a lawyer, a law degree professional with a sound knowledge of aviation industry background and working with the Kuwait Airways Corporation as a manager for operations and standards. Toastmaster Manoj Matthew, please listen to the duties and responsibilities vested in your role. You promote the club to the local community and notify the media about the club's existence and the benefits it provides. You promote the club, update web content, and safeguard the club's brand identity. It is your job to notify the media whenever your club does something newsworthy. As a vice president public relations, you will find yourself writing news releases, creating and distributing flyers, and maintaining the club's presence on the web and in the community. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability, Toastmaster Manoj?
Yes, right.
Thank you. Congratulations. Please stay. Next role is Vice President Membership, Toastmaster Susan Abraham, a senior HR officer at GRTC Al Ghanim. Toastmaster Susan Abraham, you are going to be the vice president membership. Your duties and responsibilities as below. You promote the club and manage the process of bringing in guests and transforming them into members by initiating contact with guests, helping them feel welcome, and providing them with the information they need to join. You help maintain a constant influx of new people into Bhavan's Toastmasters Club. You also attentively monitor membership levels and strategize with the rest of the executive committee about how to overcome membership challenges when they occur. Toastmaster Susan, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I do.
Thank you. Congratulations. Please stay. We move on to the most important position of the club, Toastmaster Kontal Reddy. Toastmaster Kontal
No,
Reddy.
VP, no, next. VP Education, no.
Oh, sorry. VP Education. Vice President Education, Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. He is from Karachi, a travel agent by profession and a software animator as one of his hobby, and he is involved in. Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. As Club Vice President Education, you schedule member speeches, verify the completion of projects, and serve as a resource for questions about the education program, speech, contest, and your club mentoring program. You are an important source of Toastmasters knowledge for club members, and it is your job to perform familiar with all aspects of the Toastmasters education program. Toastmaster Latif Mansoor, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will.
Thank you and congratulations. We move on to the most important position of the Bhavan's Toastmasters. It is none other than Toastmaster Kontal Reddy. Toastmaster Kontal Reddy, you are the Chief Executive Officer of Bhavan's Toastmasters Club and are expected to preside at all club meetings and at all regular and special meetings of your executive committee. It's your challenge to see that this club enables its members to achieve their educational goals, and it also your challenge to see that your club helps area, division, district, and Toastmasters International to meet their goals. Please accept the gavel as a symbol of your leadership and dedication in office. This gavel is a symbol of power and authority given to you by the membership of this club. Use it wisely and with restraint. You are a member of your team as well as a leader. A team is more than a collection of people, and it is an emotional force rooted in the feelings, thoughts, and actions of all members with the common goal of achievement, sharing, and mutual support. Work with your two members to create a healthy, dynamic club, a club of which everyone is proud of. Will you, as a president, accept this challenge and perform your duties to the best of your abilities? Toastmaster Kondal Reddy.
Yes, installation officer. I will try and I will do my best.
Congratulations. And now, dear fellow Toastmasters, I would like to now announce that, and it is my pleasure to declare that these Toastmasters installed into the new offices to which they have been elected. Will everyone be pleased in the spotlight? Toastmaster moderator, Toastmaster Sunil Thomas. Everyone is spotlighted.
All the XCOM, can you please rename your names along with your post, please, so that we can take the photos and it will be all, your names and post will be there. BPM. Manoj, can you do it? Bijo is done. Shruti, can you add your secretary? And I will also spotlight the immediate past president. Okay, so all of you please rename your post also so that the photo will have your names and posts. Santosh, can you do IPP?
Toastmaster Shruti, your camera.
What happened to your video, Shruti? Shruti, can you rename us secretary along with your name? Okay, so it's all done. Okay, 1 second, I'll just take a screenshot. Okay, I'm done.
Dear Toastmasters, I have a small message to you all. The growth and development of the Toastmasters program in club, Bhavan's Toastmasters Club, depends largely upon the actions of this group. On your honor, as members of Toastmasters, do you pledge individually and collectively stand by this club, live with it, and work with it through the coming year? You may say, we will. Together.
We will together.
Thank you and congratulations once again. Now let me welcome immediate past president Toastmaster Santosh to few words. Toastmaster Santosh, now the stage is yours. And once Toastmaster Santosh finishes his speech, I would like to welcome Toastmaster Kondal Reddy, the new president. Over to you, Toastmaster Santosh.
Thank you so much, Divisionary Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Xavier Estes, for such a fast-track, wonderful installation, professional installation for the new XCOM. And congratulations to the new Executive Committee for 21-22. Wish you all the best and be blessed. Before I speak a few words, let me invite all our members to come to the video and pose for a group photograph. Please.
No, dear, when you finish talking, you will do that. When all of you finish talking, we'll do that, okay?
All right. I just want to say only one word because of the time limit, because we have crossed a lot of time. It's all the Toastmasters. Focus on potential and tap it. Never, never give up. Underline the word. Never, never give up. That's it. Thank you so much. So let's pose for a photograph.
1 minute. Once you are done, I have to welcome the new president, and that is how he takes charge of the new office.
Yes, I have done distinguished Toastmasters. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, please. Let us welcome Toastmaster Kondal, and you may have few words, Toastmaster Kondal.
Good evening once again. Distinguished Toastmaster Xavier Yesudas, Division E Director. Distinguished Toastmaster Anil Lobo, Area Director, Area 20. And Toastmaster Shiva Pramuk, Area 19 Director. And my fellow Toastmasters and leaders and distinguished guests. Good evening once again. I thank you for every one of you to support, to get this level, along with me and Bhavan's Toastmasters Club, to achieve such awards in area level, division level, and district levels. So far, without you all support, it's not possible to be as a Bhavan's Toastmaster Club is to best is best as a BTC. So I know my responsibilities, few. If I don't know some, I will get my seniors and I will perform to my best ability. With this, I also thank you, urge everyone to support me, and as a team, we all possible to make possible. We prove that, and even will prove for in the future, I hope. Thank you. Thank you once again for distinguished Toastmaster Xavier Yesudas to come us and spend your time to as a great event as installation ceremony. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you. Now the stage is yours, Mr. President. So you may invite the distinguished guest, Toastmaster Anil Kumar Ravanga.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Sivaji, for your time and your presence. You have made this event a grand, a wonderful, memories, a memorable event. Of course, there is no doubt at all. And now this is the time for felicitations. So before I start felicitations, should I take group photo or Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Sunil Thomas? What do you think?
Please, all of you can.
All of you can switch on your cameras. Then I will call one by one for felicitations because of the connectivity, internet connectivity, so people can. Please, all the members, can you please switch on your cameras for a group photo?
Shant, DTM Anil Lobo.
And all of you can smile, please.
There are a few cameras.
Smile doesn't cost anything.
Well, one second. I think there are a few more. Prashant, can you open your camera? Prashant, Shiva, Lucy Cherry.
I think DTM Anil Lobo didn't open the camera. Toastmaster Lucy Chirian didn't open the camera. Toastmaster Shiva Pramuk.
Okay, let's not wait. So smile. Okay, done.
It's done. Thank you so much, DTM Sunil Thomas. Now, let me invite our veteran Toastmasters and leaders to give a felicitation address and give their blessings to the new executive committee elected. First of all, let me invite our senior Toastmaster, the soul of BTC, distinguished Toastmaster Anil Kumar Ji Revanga, who is joining from Goa all the way. Over to you, sir. DTM Anil Kumar, are you there? I think he faced some technical issues in the internet connectivity before, so probably he cannot. He's not there. Okay, now let me see. The area director is there. DTM Anil Lobo is there.
Yes, sorry guys, I cannot turn my camera on.
Please go ahead.
Too dark in the background.
The podium is yours. Yeah.
Yes, I really enjoyed your meeting. It's a very dynamic meeting, full of energy, full of enthusiasm. I like the speakers. The table topics was very innovative. what my suggestion only for table topics is, now everyone is trying to use technology and trying to be innovative on that because you cannot do it physically in a meeting. But my suggestion to follow Toastmasters guideline, it says read out the topic twice, wait for a few seconds, then ask somebody in the audience to volunteer. If not, pick somebody up immediately. But when you tell someone to first pick an alphabet, everyone else's minds go blank. So they don't, that's not the true purpose of table topics. Table topics is for everyone to think on the same topic, force your mind to start thinking, become logical, start making connections between your mind and your tongue. And then if you are not called upon, you can at least breathe a sigh of relief. Evaluations, by the way, are on the mark, really very supportive. You're encouraging the members to enhance, exponentially. And in a way, your XCOM is doing a great job. I don't want to comment on that. Only table topics, you guys start thinking about changing the format, because Toastmasters recommends read out the topic, call the speaker, rather than other way around, call the speaker and then have the topic. Over to you.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Anil Lobo, for such a wonderful advice. Definitely, we will adopt that messages and advices and implement it. And now let me invite the senior Toastmasters. Anil ji have joined, or is still not there? I think he has some connectivity issues. Okay. Our area director is there. TM Shiba Pramukh is there online. Shiba ji, are you there?
She left.
Okay. So now let me hear from our area 30 director-elect, Toastmaster Bida Johnson. The podium is yours, Toastmaster Bida.
Thank you so much. Really happy to see the new XCOM and never ever forget the legacy the previous XCOMs left for us. So this is the audacity of being a Bhavanite. Am I right, Divisionary Director Xavier Eshudas? Whenever I see our Divisionary Director, I feel, oh my God, what an exponential growth. And I'm really happy to see whenever I see him climbing the new steps, I'm so happy because he's from Bhavan, where I am a member. And that is the cream, or the magnet which attracts me over and over again to this club. And the enthusiasm, see, for example, when Toastmaster Kondal Reddy was not able to do something, Toastmaster Latif took that. And you brought so many educational awards, which other clubs were, they were even dreaming of. They cannot even imagine. And that is possible only in Bhavan. Love you all. Always wish to be part of you. Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster Sandosh Patros.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bida, for such a wonderful advice to our newly elected executive committee. Now, I wanted to hear from distinguished Toastmaster Pramukh Bose. Is he there in the meeting? I think he left the meeting. Okay.
He left.
All right. Okay. All right. Now, I think our guest is there. Our guest, Toastmaster Lucy, is there, but I can't see her. She's also not seen. Okay. Now we need to. Pardon, Lucy is there.
Yes,
Toastmaster
she is
Lucy.
there.
Yes. Can you please say a few words about today's meeting? We can't hear you, ma'am. Your voice is too low.
Can you hear me now?
Your voice is too low, too low.
Lucy, ma'am.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
No. Your voice is too low. I think you need to increase the volume.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Now it's okay. Now it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. It was such a wonderful pleasure to be a part of you all. I joined a little late, but I enjoyed every bit of it. And I congratulate all the previous EXCOM members and the newly elected one, and for your great journey. And I'm sure that, all eminent personalities from different areas, different fields is going to do wonders. And because I know you people, because we are also part of the Malayalam Toastmasters Club. So whenever I join this family, I feel, I'm a part of the family, and I feel very blessed, and it's great. It's great feeling beyond explanation. God bless. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Luz ma'am, for such an inspiring words for us. And please keep joining us, and we are waiting for you to be our registered members soon. Okay.
You are a bit late. You could have captured me before joining Inspiring Echoes.
Okay. Anyway, you can take membership still, no problem. That's not an issue.
I'll still think about it. Yeah, I really want to join.
So you're most welcome. Okay. Thank you so much. And officially, we end this meeting today. And if anybody want to say any feedback, please.
Declare the winners.
Yeah, let's announce the awards and feedback. Pardon me. Then we will officially end the meeting. Okay. Awards, please. Who's going to share it? Toastmaster Kuntal Reddy, are you going to share?
I'll share.
Yeah, please.
Yes. Let me open. This is for today's stars of the meeting. So I want to congratulate all who are participated in the speeches, evaluations, and table topics, and role players. So let me see the best speaker awards goes to Annie Matthew.
Wow. Congrats, Annie.
Most to best table topic speaker. This goes to guest Leon De Silva. Then we'll move to further best evaluator. Award goes to Justin John. Toastmaster Justin John as the best evaluator. The role players goes to best role player for today's meeting. It's none other than TM Susan Abraham, TM Audio. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kuntal Reddy. So officially we end the meeting. And now let me hand over to those who wish to speak. It is an unofficial feedback. You can definitely give the feedback. So we are 30 minutes actually over.
Good night. Good night. Thank you. And
It's
see you all.
time for everyone to sleep.
Yes, our next meeting is on the 10th of July. Speech slots are available. Jump in.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, our Divisionary Director, Severji.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Congratulations.
Good night. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Good night, all of you.
Thank you, our area directors. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.